Natural crowns, big dreams, glowing energy. Yeah. Brilliant black beauties, come shine with me. Oh yeah. Brown skin, glowing naturally.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Naraya,
My name is Kiara.
and we are the Brilliant Black Beauties. I know it has been a long time, but we're here again. And today we have another special episode where we talk about beauty and capitalism. So let's go ahead and get into our opinions and everything like that. So, Kara, do you want to start first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, basically, recently, I've been looking into capitalism a lot, and I've been looking into beauty a lot. First, it started with basically minimalism a little bit, and then now that ties basically into capitalism. And I'm really learning that a lot of the beauty standards that we have with our hair, our skincare, makeup, our bodies. I think sometimes we think these beauty standards are set by us, as times go on, that we're the ones setting these beauty standards. But I really think it's not us setting these beauty standards. I think it's really marketers who set these beauty standards for us, and we follow them. Like, oh, there's so many different beauty standards to go into. I could say one of the beauty standards is having glass skin or looking like a glazed donut.
Yeah.
Now, that may seem like it's something that we created just as a people, I'm saying, but there's a lot of things marketed to us on how to look like this, how to have glass skin, how to look like a glazed donut. Either you buy all these bottles of, you got serums, you got toners, you got cleansers, the moisturizers, you got peptides, there's something else, what's it called, like retinols, you got retinoids, because I believe there's a difference from retinols and retinoids. And then if it's not tons of different products, it's just something maybe by a celebrity, and there's tons of skincare celebrity lines. Tons of people. Hailey Beaver, that's a very popular one. Alicia Keys has one. Sierra has one. John Legend has one. Pharrell has one. Rihanna has one. Brad Pitt came out with one when he first came out with his. It was about like 300 something dollars for a cleanser and a moisturizer.
Huh?
Separate. It was separate. Separately, it was about 300 something for the cleanser and 300 something for the moisturizer separately. So if you get two of those, that's about 600 something dollars. And then refills is about 250 or 280. And he lowered the price. It's now like I think maybe 150 for a cleanser and moisturizer. I know, still high. But oh, and then J Lo has skincare. She has a lot of different products in hers about anti-aging, looking like her. You want to look like J Lo. You want to look young. Her, I think her moisturizer, one of the main moisturizers, altogether, tax and shipping, probably be about $65, and that's also dedicated to like anti-aging. And anti-aging is a big part of this too. Sadly, there's more of an anti-aging than a pro-aging. It's like I think people are more scared of, or at least marketers make us feel more afraid of getting wrinkles than getting dementia, which I think is a problem when we're scared of that. Because when it really comes to aging healthy, what I've been doing, I've been getting really consistent with just working out, making sure I get at least 8.5 hours of sleep, and then 9.5 like on a long day, but at least 8.5, not like 5 or 6 or 4 hours. And then I've been working out consistently, like Naraya, with me and like strength training. I've been getting into like I do like an hour of strength training, cardio, eating healthier, cutting out a lot of sugar, drinking my water. And even with my face, since I struggle with adult acne, or I've been struggling with adult acne, and I've been struggling with acne since I was 12, basically. And when I was young, what you do is you got to go get all these skincare products. Because I was definitely, when I was young, that was around the time. When my parents were young, it wasn't really that. You just use the bar soap, and that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Back
But I was,
I use Dove and that's it. Nothing else. Yeah.
and just like some, what was it? Not Aqua 4, but I guess they're like Vaseline, basically, kind of. Like you
Yeah.
didn't have all these moisturizers,
Hmm.
basically. When I was younger, they were skincare is getting very popular, like it is now. So, I do all this acne stuff, acne care, all these things. And I've been to my doctor. I'll get like, I don't know if I'll call them topicals, but it's like clindamycin and like benzoyl, I believe peroxide and things that are supposed to help with acne. And then they wanted to get me on tretinoin, which I did not want to get on. So that's like pretty strong. I just don't want to do all that. And so I've gotten off all of that. I just threw everything away, and all I use now is a plain cleanser, a plain moisturizer, and a plain sunscreen. I've just been documenting my skin every day. I take pictures, and I see my skin healing just by itself. And I notice when I don't get my full rest, my skin gets really inflamed. But then when I get my rest again, it starts to calm down. It's just slowly healing, and just the acne is slowly healing by itself. But they really market to us that we'll find our healthy skin kind of like in a bottle instead of just how we live, how you take care of ourselves.
And that's really like
And
how you take care of your skin. Is how simple, like all that extra stuff is not really like what really does the job like that. It's more so like how you live. Like it's in the simple things too, like how you just named it, like working out, eating healthy, getting your sleep, getting your rest, drinking water. Like I'll be honest, my grandmother, my grandmother looks very young for her age. Like she's in her 70s, and my grandmother like has been using the same simple plain Jane type of stuff for many years before I was even born. Like she used to well not used to, but she still like uses Mary Kay products. You know Mary Kay, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's an old brand, but she still uses like she doesn't only use like the makeup, which she used very little of that because she doesn't like a lot. But she used like the skincare products, and it's a very simple. And she will wash her face every night, but I don't even really think that's really the reason why she has looked so youthful the way she has now. I think it's because of her eating healthy. She works out. She tries to get her sleep. She loves staying active. She loves drinking water and eating
mhm,
healthy. Like not to drink anything else but water. If she drinks anything else besides water, it's Coca Cola, but that's it. And she barely drinks that. So it's just really the simple things that really make a huge difference when it comes to like your health and the aging and everything. Like you can have $1 million cream, but if you're not taking care of yourself, it's not really gonna work. So I agree with you saying like I don't think people really should like be so gun ho about, oh, I gotta get this or I gotta get that because, this celebrity or this person or whatever is saying that, because it has this anti aging properties, no matter what you do, you're not gonna age. Yeah, I agree.
uh, yeah,
It's a
I
lot.
don't know. I've
lot.
bought a lot of skincare, and skincare that cost I think I bought a cleanser that was like 40 something dollars. It did nothing for me. I bought a lot of things that did nothing for me.
If anything, might make people age even more with all the chemicals and like you remember in Catwoman with Halle Berry and the cream that they put in it was killing women, even
Ah,
making them
I didn't remember
age,
that part.
like even more, you know?
Oh,
You
I
know,
think that's so good. I wonder if they're tackling capitalism a bit or a little bit on that.
yeah, what if it could be something like that, you know? I don't know. I just don't I mean, unless I'm getting it for free from some PR or something, I don't see I can't wrap my head around getting like a $40 something like I could see if it was worth the money and it like really worked. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like some of this stuff. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I don't, I'm all for people like splurging on themselves because they want to, not because they were influenced to.
Another thing, when you talk about splurging. they
Yeah,
also, I realized, just to say on that part, I think sadly self care, I think marketers have also used self care as a marketing technique. Get this
it is.
body wash, this face mask. They
Yes.
make like, oh, you love yourself, buy these things, but you don't need to buy that stuff as self care.
You know what? I've honestly like I get that too because it's because that's what's trending on social media. You know, social media is a big like marketing tool these days.
That's
Like
marketing tool.
with everything, like it's a big marketing strategy because this is how people get, you know, these companies get revenue, how they get attention for their products and stuff. So, you know, they tie to what people catch their eye on the most, and that's self care or self love content. You know, people love watching. I love watching. I'm be honest. I love watching people who doing their little care routine because it just calms me. You know what I'm saying, or just things like that. So it's a definitely big marketing tool. But I will say I also fell kind of victim to like the little self care thing and like the consumption and stuff. Not the overconsumption because that's too much. But like, oh, you gotta have a face mask. This is your version of self care, or oh, you gotta drink lemon and cucumber water every time you have a self care, or you know, you gotta have this, or you gotta have that, and
Or
it's just
avocado toast. All this avocados. Oh,
oh, it's just it's a lot, and it's like, can I just be? Let me just work with what I have. This and that gives me when I start to like get really affected by it. That's already giving me a sign right there that I'm on social media too much. So I just turn off my phone and I just sit with my present moment and what I have now. And I'm like, okay, let me get to thinking about how I can work with what I got now. You know, how can I like what I even like took your because you remember last time we were talking about like self therapy and asking yourself like questions and stuff. I always ask myself like why am I feeling like this and like what do you view as like self care, and you know I would lay down all the things that I like, and it wouldn't be things that I would see on social media, you know, the aesthetically pleasing stuff, you know, some of that stuff I like I like the face mask, I like the cute drinks and stuff like that, the robes that we wear. I like that stuff. I genuinely do. I like it because I like it, not because I'm being influenced to like it, which is very different. But I also like to, you know, my version of self care is me literally just laying in my bed, you know what I'm saying, and watching my favorite shows or listening to a favorite song of mine, or even just sleeping, or even just like crocheting or starting a whole nother project or even dancing and things like that. You know, things you don't really see on social media, which is a lot of the aesthetically pleasing stuff, you know? So I feel like self care is really like what you make it, what you like. You don't really have to do exactly what everybody else is doing just because you see everybody else doing it and it's aesthetically pleasing and it's getting people's attention and you know, things like that. I feel like that's where we get very like so in the mix with social media so much because social media influences us to the point where we don't really we tend to forget to think for ourselves, you know, and do for ourselves. So like yeah, I always have to remember that. Like it's easy to get stuck into social media and what you see on social media because it looks so real and honestly, 9 times out of 10, the people that you see doing all these aesthetically things aren't even doing that every day. And they're only just doing it or never do it. They just doing it for the video because it gets views, it get attraction. It's what people like watching. You know, it's always on people's algorithm. That's what they a lot of social media apps they push all of that stuff out there for people to see. You know, it's just like you said before, it's the marketing aspect of it. You know, these companies, I'm pretty sure they pay these social media apps to literally like put out all that type of content and things like that, you know, just so people can see it and just, you know, interact with it and see more of it because of it. Yeah, I went into a
I
whole.
think it's so important. You also said, you know, if you like something versus if you're influenced to like it, making sure you actually like it versus are you being influenced to like it. I think that could be very difficult on to actually figure it out because a lot of times people are like, I just like this, but sometimes, especially in America, a lot of capitalism. You think you like something, but sometimes when you get to know yourself better, maybe when you step away from things, you realize, okay, today I did like it, but maybe I didn't like it as much as I thought I liked it. So that's what I realize about things all the time. Like I recently just cleaned out so much stuff from my house because I was like, do I really want to use this or do I need to use it? Do I even like it? Like I've thrown away a lot of stuff realizing if I really like it versus if I don't really like it. Oof.
Yeah. That's why
Like
I like.
I guess I could. Hmm, I was
That's why,
saying I can.
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
No, go
I
ahead. Go
was
ahead.
I can use an example like with my hair is always a good example. So that's something I really thought I disliked, and I think that's a good marketing technique that they use also because I spent more money not wanting to wear my hair than wearing my hair. I barely spend money now.
Yeah.
I just use a deep conditioner, shampoo. I don't use a really leave-in. I just daily moisturize. 'Cause I'm also like, do I really need a leave-in? Like, they also try to market off the natural hair. Like, you need all these natural hair products, all that stuff. You don't really. I just stick with three products and I just rotate and spray bottle and that's it with jojoba oil. That's all I do. So that they also market off of that. But I spent a lot more money not wearing my hair than wearing my hair. So it comes from like, did I? Of course, I realize now a lot of that dislike to my hair came from all that self hatred and going all the way back to like slavery and other stuff like that. But also, I think a lot of it comes from capitalism too, because when we need the braids and the wigs and the weaves, we spend more money than actually just wearing our natural hair. If we all just say, well, we'll just wear our natural hair, where's that money gonna come from towards that place? Like they don't make any money from that.
And
But
that's
I
so.
barely spend money with my hair.
I just literally what you just said just make me realize that's. I feel like that's the reason why they push all that stuff onto us and have us thinking, oh, we have to do this in order to be this and like that. So we can spend this money on these things, so we can fall into the whole capitalism thing. Because the thing is, believe it or not, we don't even realize that half of the time, a lot of the things that, like, a lot of this stuff is just so like it doesn't have to be this difficult. Like it's simple as one, two, three. But because we're seeing all these things and being pushed out to us, and then we fall victim into it without even realizing it, and then we fall into the traps of capitalism and all these type of things, we make it so difficult. And then you just once you take a step back from everything, you just start to realize like it could just be simple. Like um, my mom used to be really big about like always keeping her nails done all the time. Always, and to be honest, that's something that she always liked to do. She just loved to do it. But especially with her hair too. Like with her hair, she was always like flat ironing it and curling it and things like that. And then eventually she was just like, I'm tired of this. Like this is just too much. And then she did her big chop. She did her natural curls. And she was like, this is a lot too. Like it was just the routine of the natural hair was just a lot for her. So she was like, I'm just gonna put my hair in locks. And it's very simple for her now. Like it's still natural, but she just her beauty routine, how it used to be back then when I was younger, which was like a lot, it's so simple for her now. And she loves it. She loves, the simple like skincare. She doesn't do a lot. She loves that. She loves the simple nails. She loves like it's just simple for her. It's still to her life, but it's simple and to where she's not making it difficult. So, and my mom doesn't like social media. She's never on social media ever. So, she's not being influenced by anything. But yeah, I feel like we tend to make things that are simple difficult than it should be sometimes.
Well, sadly, even without social media, we can all be still influenced by like television. And because even without social media, growing up, a lot of women are influenced by dyeing their gray hair, not wearing, they can't show their grays for some reason. Like it means you're getting old or you're giving up or something's gone terribly wrong in your life. There's just so many women in real life and in industry who they just do everything to hide their gray hair with like a pencil or they're dyeing it or rinse. And sadly, they're made to feel like if they show their gray hair, that their youth is basically tied to their beauty. So the younger you look, the more beautiful you are. But if you look old, you're losing your beauty. And there's an actress, I heard her say this because this is an actress that's wearing her gray hair out. And she said she was in an interview once, and I think it was like on the red carpet, or it wasn't like in a physical sit down place. But the lady basically said, how does it feel to know you're getting older and losing your beauty? And she said that to her. And it's crazy. Like, but she basically associates that you age, you're losing your beauty. And, she's wearing her gray hair. So it's like, oh,
But the thing is with aging is that it's actually a beautiful thing. It's it's like my grandfather always tell me like it's nothing wrong with gray hair because it shows that you have wisdom. Like and
it's quieter.
huh? What do you say?
I said, when I looked into it back in the day, long, long time before marketers came up with it, that's what it was associated with as basically wisdom, a good thing. But then they started marketing the opposite, and then anti aging became such a big thing.
And then in today's time, like aging is a blessing. A
Yeah,
lot of
I love it.
making it to age. Like there's so many people who are young who are dying so early. Like it's a blessing. My thing is, as long as you are taking care of yourself, like how you stated before, with your routine, you're working out, you're eating healthy, you're being disciplined with, your routine and yourself, and you're drinking the water and you're doing all these things. The simple stuff, the stuff that actually makes you healthy, just let yourself be. I don't know. Again, I feel like it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Like I feel like that's like just let yourself be. I feel like I noticed this because I know I be on social media all the time. I mean, this is a pattern, and I keep seeing like I hear people all the time like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that to be this, to be that. Like even with the whole feminine thing, like how that whole trend, how to be more feminine. Oh, well, you need to
Hmm.
wear
Oh,
that.
yeah. Yeah, I can
Oh,
do that.
you gotta be
But
thick.
or how to be what's it, dark feminine too? They have different feminine. Feminine and then your dark femininity.
Dark feminine, yeah.
There's both femininities, I think.
It's just like a lot of the stuff that you got to do. Even like me and my
Hmm.
mom talking about this before, because my mom was just like, you know, she found it crazy that a lot of girls like won't they don't feel comfortable walking out the house with any makeup on. Like I see some people they'll go and wear makeup to the gym. I can't do that. My face, I sweat so much. My face will feel so like if I had makeup on my face while working out, like
Probably buy waterproof. That's how they market it. The
I would
waterproof thing.
just like my face would feel so what's they call it claustrophobic. Like I
Love.
I can't do it. Now I ain't not gonna nobody do it, but it's like that's too much. And it's like I like to let myself be. Cause you remember when I told you like I used to do that because I saw a lot of girls on social media doing it, like the average girl who goes to college. You see all the girls in college, their routine, right? They'll wash their face and the little basic routine. They make their little coffee, have their cute little aesthetic stuff, and then like they'll like put on a little makeup and just dress like really cute, right? And then put like a little makeup and stuff on. And so I was like, you know what? I want to do that. Like I want to do that for my college experience. It's the first time I'm in college. Let me go ahead and just do that. It won't hurt. Like I want to do it. So I did it. And so I would wake up like at 6 o'clock in the morning because I'm new to makeup. So, but the reason why I would wake up so early was really because of my winged eyeliner. Because I do love a good winged eyeliner when I do my makeup. But it would take me a while. So to get to school on time, I would get up that early and I would do my makeup. And I liked it, but then I'm like I'm tired of getting up early this morning. Like I want to stay in my bed. Like so I got a little lazy too, but I also got like, girl, I want the extra. And then on top of that, like I started to feel um I started to feel like I I started to feel that feeling of insecurity started to rise within. Like it's like I feel great. I'm out. I'm getting attention. I'm getting the external validation. With my makeup on. But when I take my makeup off, I don't feel that high vibration or confidence or whatever that I had before I took it off. That makes
Did you get more attention with makeup? Or
huh?
did you get more attention with makeup?
More intentional.
No. Did you get like more attention with makeup or the same
I
amount of attention?
more than I got without having any makeup on.
Ah,
And I
so it
think
was
that
working.
so that's what I think like that's you know that rise security start coming because that can happen when you're not receiving that internal validation from within. You go and try to receive it from externally. And even though I wasn't going up to people and be a pick me and like, hey, look at me, like I was still indirectly like hoping like people would look at me because I had it on, because I wanted that validation. I still have my it's sort of validation problem at the time. Because I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, that's not healthy. Like, what do I need these people attention for when I could just give it to myself? And I just like, I don't want to feel insecure when I don't have my makeup on and then confident when I do. It shouldn't be no difference. I should feel confident when I do both. And so I even noticed one girl, she made a video a long time ago expressing the same thing. How she felt so insecure when she would take her makeup off, but when she would feel so like confident and high self-esteem and on such a high vibration when she had her makeup off. And that's why I honestly think I don't wear eyelashes either, like fake eyelashes, because
Uh,
it changes a difference in your appearance. Like if
yeah,
I'm wearing like
I'm gonna add in, I guess, quickly. But I've
yeah,
just with the eyelashes, I saw a lot of videos on being high maintenance, and they'll teach you how to be high maintenance. And
yeah,
in their high maintenance videos, it'd be makeup, eyelashes, eyeliner, eyebrow gel, nails. If you're black, they would say extensions. But if you're white, they wouldn't say extensions or added hair. But if you're black, they would tell you that. Extensions, added hair. And it was just there's very popular videos and they're like, this is how you be high maintenance. This is how to not be ugly. And I was like, oh my, they would have like 15 steps. You know how much all that would cost? And either it'll say go the cheap route too, like press on nails but still, why do I have to do all that to be high maintenance? It's like what you're saying. marketers, they tell you want to feel something within, you got to look without. That's the best marketing tool in the world. That's the whole point of selling us these products, to think we got to go outside ourselves. But in none of these high maintenance videos, they never tell you be a kinder person or forgive something. It's just eyelashes and makeup and tanning if you're white. Except one black girl, she talks about tanning. She likes to tan. But it was a little different in race. I noticed that the high maintenance videos were a little different in race. Like the fake hair was more for the black women. They would talk about that for us. We gotta get some other hair, basically.
It's
But it's
too.
always outside stuff.
Even when I see that stuff, I get drained. Like I can't watch it because I'm like, why can't I just be like, let me be with my natural state. If I don't feel like dressing up for right now, then just let me be. Like I again, like I told you this before, like I like that stuff. Like I like the girly girl stuff. I like it. I do. The hair, I do, but I want to feel good in how I feel when I'm wearing that stuff when I'm my natural self, because I feel like that's important. Whether I have it on, whether I have it off, I still want to, have that confidence and stuff. And that's things that you have to pull from like within. Like I remember seeing one girl, she was just saying like, if I lost all of my features and everything that I have today, how would I be? Like, what would I be? How would I be as a person? What would my? Because she had struggled with acne for a long time, and it made her very insecure. And when she would go online and she would see these things, and it was like, she wasn't looking the way a lot of these girls were, and what they defined as beauty and everything. She it made her very, very insecure for a very long time. But then she did some inner work and she asked herself, like, what would I be if I did not have any features, nothing at all, like just a blank canvas? What would I be like? What would my spirit be like? What would my personality be like? Like, because at the end of the day, if you will lose all of that today, it's really gonna matter what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I it's a lot that goes into it. That's why I haven't worn false eyelashes, because it makes me look different. Like I don't wear it every day because I'm scared it's gonna make me insecure because I look different. Everybody who wears false eyelashes looks different. Like after they take.
Every time I see anybody without makeup that I usually see wear makeup, I'm like, oh, that's them. Like it always looks different to me. It always looks like a whole different person. But I always like how they look without makeup. But I really, so when I was younger, I didn't want to be, no, but I was younger, I wanted to be everything, fashion designer, makeup artist. I guess it was about girly stuff. I just thought, but I don't like makeup at all. I even stopped wearing lip gloss, and I like wearing lip gloss, but I just stopped that like a week ago.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be so simple. I just decided, I want to be even more simple. Like, let me try not to gloss myself over. I might wear lip gloss again later, but I really like how I'm in this natural area. I'm just so natural about everything now. Everything in my routine is so simple, and it was already pretty simple, but I simplified it even more, and I was really starting to get into certain things a little while back of lotions and perfumes that smell like desserts. That's like a big thing, like these lotions and perfumes, gourmand. And I really wanted to smell like a cupcake and just smell sweet and smell cakey. But I realized I don't like perfume, and I don't like that it makes my clothes smell. So I gave my perfume away to my mom. I was like, I don't want it anymore.
Oh, I love perfume. I gotta have me some. So you don't like perfume no more?
I don't smell like nothing. Why do I gotta smell like something? As long as I'm clean, I'm okay with smelling. I smell like nothing. I'm clean, but I
I
smell like
love me.
nothing.
I love
I'm
me a good
okay.
perfume. I have to have. I love it. Like it just. I don't know. I just love the smell. I love to have it. But I get what you're saying. Like I just. Why
I
can't
used
I
to,
be clean? But as long as you're clean, you should be fine. But I love a good perfume. I love a good gloss. I love a good false nail. Again, like I wore false eyelashes before when I was a bridesmaid at my aunt's wedding, so I have nothing against those things. But it's just like again, it's like being influenced to do it all the time, even when you don't feel like it, or even when like you don't. I don't know. How I feel when I how I feel when I do like the makeup and stuff, I should feel when I don't have any of it on. I'm good with it. Sometimes, honestly, like if I wear any makeup, because honestly, I like eye makeup, like the eyeshadow or like the wing eyeliner or like stuff like that, and a good gloss. Like I don't even have to put the foundation or concealer on. I don't mind just walking out with my scars, blemishes, and breakouts and things like that, as long as my face is clean, my face is clean, my face is moisturized, my skin looks healthy from within, because I'm eating good or I'm just taking care of myself, like things like that. I'm fine with just that. I'm fine with just wearing a simple lip balm or a gloss, you know? So, and just like I'm getting used to it now, but getting more like just used to being okay with just wearing my natural nails out, because sometimes I fell victim to always putting press-ons on. But once I realized that, like, if my real natural nail needs a break from the press-ons, I'm gonna give it a break. I'm not gonna ruin my natural nails because I'm trying to keep up with society's terms of upkeep, you know?
Oh yeah, that's also upkeep. Got to get your nails done.
Yeah. Gotta get your nails done. Gotta get your hair
That's
done. What they mean
it's
by
too
that is
much.
your hair braided
Can't
or
take it.
weave, or
Sadly,
and it's
that's
not wrong.
right.
It's
It's very
fine.
upsetting, but
Why is this gotta be done? Looked at, you need to get your hair done.
I know I saw this lady that is very known. I can't recall her name, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't really like giving attention to certain people who shouldn't get it. But we can talk about it. There's not much in there. But either way, she gives a lot of tips to women on how to get a man. But she's not really a good person, really, sadly, for tips. It's just not much integrity going on. But she also says, like, yeah, you can wear your natural hair, but he's going to be cheating on you with a woman who does take care of herself.
What?
Like, I watched the clip, and that's what she said. And I watched some women respond to that, just saying how one, he can cheat on anybody, it has nothing to do with that, but saying that you being natural is a problem and that's undesirable. It's some people really think like this. And sadly, she's a coach for women, so
And who is this woman?
I want to say that I can't. I can't remember. I can't remember off camera, but she
And
teaches women. She's very popular. She's black, I think. She looks black, but she's very popular.
is she thick?
Yeah, I think so.
Who is this? Keita Rose? I don't think Keita Rose.
No, that's not it.
Rose,
I can't
no, no.
remember her name. I can look it up, but it's not Keita. But that's what
What
she
podcast?
said, basically.
on?
Hmm.
What podcast did she say this on?
Usually her videos are on YouTube. I think she records live on YouTube and posts them once they're done being live, of course. I'm sure. I can't recall her name. But I know when I see her. She's very known, sadly. It's a problem. Women listen to her. I don't know what type of women. Why would you still
And
listen
see,
to
that's
that?
where that insecurity comes in too, because I see because a lot of women
She
see,
like, see,
see, see now that right there is why a lot of women get so like insecure too, and then it
oh,
doesn't help that a lot of
terrible.
probably already insecure, so that they fall
Mm-hmm.
to that, and it makes them insecure even more. This is why you have to this is why having a firm relationship with yourself and knowing who you are and pulling from within is important, because anybody who has self-worth that they pour into themselves and can pull within from because they pour into themselves will look at that and be like, oh, she's crazy. Like, she doesn't know anything that she's
Listen,
talking about. Like, they will
exactly how
honestly
it
just grain of salt for real, because it's like, lady, what are you talking about? Like, be so for
things
real right
like
now.
when you know your values, this stuff it just goes over your head. You're like, nope, you're just not taking it in. But sadly, she does get a lot of views, and people really do listen to her. So
What
that's
she
the
says
scary
is
part.
bizarre. That's why what she says is bizarre. I'm gonna be honest. Anybody who really genuinely loves you isn't really gonna really do it so much for your looks. Like, it's really about how you are as a person in your heart. The looks may be a factor, because I've heard some people, they're like, you are just the most beautifulest or handsomest person ever, but they don't love them just for their looks. They love them for like how they are as a being, as a person, which I
That's
feel
how
like
it's
is so.
supposed to be.
I love that. Yeah. Oh, speaking of people loving people for who they are, I guess we could. I don't know if this is a pause on capitalism or beauty, or if this ties into it, but you know, Janae and Kenny from Love Island. You know that whole thing that happened. Okay,
I'm
well,
working, stay
I don't
out of stuff.
watch
I don't know.
stuff, but so I mean, you've heard of Love Island before, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I just don't know the couple.
okay. So Janae and Kenny, so they were Janae is a black woman, and I think
Oh,
it's Dominican.
and it's
He's
Dominican.
yeah, he's Latino, and they were together,
Is it
and
Afro Latino or Latino?
yeah, and then so during their season, he was acting as if he was just madly in love with her, like he really liked her, really wanted to be with her, wanted more with her, all those different type of things, right? And yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. Recording in progress. Okay, so So she coming to find out, right? Because mind you, they were together for a year. They were together
On
for
the
a year
show or after the show or
after the
including
show. After the show,
after?
they were on together
Okay.
for a year. They were even together on the show.
Mm.
Okay. So after the show aired, mind you, he's acting all madly in love with her. They, a lot of people loved them because they were very cute on the show. All right. So they were one of the couples that went very viral on Love Island on social media. They were at social media, like the public loved this couple. And with that much attention, it caused them to have a lot of brand deals, a lot of business, a lot of money. So, they were profiting really well off of their relationship. Mind you, they've been together for a year. So recently, like a couple weeks ago, they broke up. People suspected that maybe, there was cheating involved, and no, it wasn't. Coming to find out, allegedly, Kenny had a group chat with his friends where he was basically saying like, "Oh, I can't wait to get out of this relationship. I don't I thought I would make more money than this. Um, it was clear that he was using her for money, but that's not even the worst part about it. Allegedly, he was saying racial slurs about her in the group chat to his friends. So not only was he has been allegedly using her for money and PR, but he's also been a racist, allegedly.
Mm.
And just imagine being with someone who hates your guts and your skin color for a year. Mind
Mm.
you, they've probably already been physically intimate with each other,
Even worse.
all these other things.
Even
And
worse.
I just
Mm-hmm.
imagine. So
I
that's
want
just
to. Sounds like a nightmare.
very disgusting. And then the thing is, Janae is very beautiful. She's a very beautiful young lady. Very beautiful. So I'm gonna be honest. It really doesn't matter what you look like, how you are. If a man is a no good man, even a woman, because women cheat too. If a person is a no good person, they're gonna be a no good person. Anybody who would be willing to deceive you like that, any first of all, be even willing to do it is a problem. But the fact that they would be able and willing and dedicated to do it for a year is despicable.
See?
I've heard more people with they've done it for about 10 or 20 years, and people had just recently found out that it was all a lie. Like it's
I
a lot.
know.
Oh my goodness. Like I even heard this one lady, I was on Facebook and I read a story of this woman and she had waited until marriage. You know, she did the whole thing with her husband, like she waited until marriage. They got married. They were intimate with each other. She did the right, the right thing. Guess what happened? She found out that he was HIV positive and he gave her HIV and willingly knew that he had HIV and still proceeded to lay down with her and be physically intimate with her.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
See,
So
sadly, that's just sadly. Either way, if they waited or not waited, he still would have gotten HIV. It's
exactly.
just, just the
Exactly. And the
wish.
thing, she did the whole thing by the
Uh,
rule book, and she still got deceived. So it doesn't really matter how you look, how good of a person you are. If you are dealing with someone who's not a good person, you're just not gonna be a good person. I mean, even Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, and this is Beyonce, one of
well,
the
people always say that, but we also gotta remember she was taken in at a very young age by
that's
him, so there was a lot of grooming. I think
very true.
if it, maybe she would have gotten with him at a grown age, she might have actually left him. But she's a baby when they got together. When
She
they
was
get you at that young age, they got you. It's really
she was
hard.
18 when they got together, and this
She's
man was
what
late 20s.
20. Yeah, she's a baby. I don't know why no one
Was
stopped that
16
from happening, but
allegedly.
I think I thought it was like 18 or uh,
It's still
17. But they were talking when she's basically a late teenager, going right in before she's even 20 or 19.
and
So I remember
allegedly.
she even said how he taught her how to be a woman. She was thanking him. She's like, "You taught me how to be a woman." I found that very concerning.
I
Very concerning.
I find that very concerning too because what does a man know about being a woman?
Oh, uh,
And what
especially a boyfriend or husband.
in a man?
Teach
um,
me how to be a woman.
mm. This
That's
is why
all.
I want to hold on having a relationship.
Please
I
do.
want
I It's scary. You gotta like whenever I start courting, and of course, I believe it waiting till marriage too. And sadly, with that situation, whether she didn't wait with him or not, she was just with this real bad person who was not going to be honest about something. Sadly, that's part. Even if they hadn't waited, she'd been into it. She still wouldn't. That's just wrong person, wrong everything. Sadly, that part. But I still believe in waiting. But one thing I definitely want to make sure is with the courtship you got to really, really make sure you pay attention to all the flags, green flags, red flags, pink flags, yellow flags. Really getting to know this person and don't rush a thing. If you got a court for 3 to 5 years, then you just do that. You just got to really make sure you get to know this person. People will show you who they are if you give it time.
to see this.
Like you
Yeah,
got to give it time. How long did she date that man before they got married?
you know what? She didn't say, but I know
Like you
that
got to give it time.
I know that he eventually got jailed for it because they found video evidence of him or audio recording stating that he knew that he had HIV.
Like how long did she and it's not saying it's her fault, but when you before you marry or lay down with someone, you have to triple, quadruple check. ev- everything you really do on getting to know this person. Who is this person? I'm not gonna play about that because it's scary in these streets.
Hmm.
It is very scary in these streets. So you gotta be careful. But you, like you said, you should wait for a relationship. I think there'll be better marriages and better endings to people's romantic relationships if every person just focused on just dating and being married with themselves for a good while and just being happy
Oh,
with
well, yeah.
their.
Well, you know what Judge Toller said. Judge Toller, well, you know Judge Toller, right? From divorce court.
Yeah, did her husband pass away?
Yeah,
He's very nice. It's so sad he died. They were together for a long time.
they were there for a long time.
I really thought him.
Yeah, but she said this before to one of her when she was on divorce court. I remember she said this to one of the people who were attending court. She told the young lady because she was having issues like with her partner, and she was just like, because I also know too that she has a book, and she even said that in her book she believes that every woman should spend their 20s by themselves, getting to know who they are, getting to know who they are, getting to experience like being by themselves. And I agree, you
I can
know,
totally agree.
it's
I think
just
we were younger. We were kind of much younger back in the day. I mean, you
early
had to get
20s.
married at 20, 18. You had babies at 22.
I mean,
That
for
was
some people,
normalized though.
if that's their ministry, then you know that everybody has a different path in life that they're meant to go down. But I'm not ready to have kids. I'm not
But
ready for marriage. I want it, you know, of course down the line, but right now I just want to get to know, just be with myself and enjoy
hey,
myself
I completely
before.
agree. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, I just like wanna just be with myself, you know. 'Cause
Just
you
take
don't
your
get to,
own life.
yeah, basically. And I know some people, some women, they said they're not in their prime until they're in their 30s, and
Some people say, I hear a lot of people say that.
their frontal lobe develop or something, or
True
something like.
too, that your frontal lobe is not developed at a certain time. And I completely agree. When I write my, you know how I love to write my stories.
Mhm.
To everyone listening, I like to write my stories. But I like to write like these nice black, just uplifting black romances and not always romances, but maybe inspirational, maybe like superhero or comedy, like a show that'd be nice to watch, basically, is what I basically write. And for the couples I do have, they're always late 20s or early 30s. I never have people who's like 23, 22. I have people like 30 or 31 whenever they start dating or really get into a relationship. Probably because I'm 26 in that area, but also I think it's very young. This is very young to be doing certain things. I would rather people just be loving themselves and focus on themselves.
Yeah, you know, also too, like I was about to say something and I completely forgot.
Right. It's 3:20. Don't you
Oh,
have a
I have
thing?
it on here now. I have
Oh,
my
you're
note.
in it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I also wanted to
The
say quickly
multitasking.
though, um, what is your idea of a healthy romance? Because
Oh, I have so many.
first, growing up for me,
I love talking about this. I'm
it
writing
always
one right now.
held physical intimacy.
But it always what?
I said it always like romance for me growing up, like, and it could be like the romantic movies because I love romance. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's one of my favorite genres. But give me 1 second. Hold on. But um, I growing up, I always thought that it romance, love, affection, always. Like physical intimacy always had to be a part of it. Like I never really thought about like cause I thought about it like romance. Like when I would think about it, anytime I try to think of any romance without any physical intimacy, it always seemed boring to me. No excitement, no passion, no
They
nothing.
market that.
And
They really
maybe
market that.
because it's healthy. I don't know.
I
But
was reading articles about why there's articles about why this healthy love feels boring to you. Basically.
the thing is like I always thought about I sometimes I still think like how can how can people experience romance and that same spark and passion and excitement without physical intimacy? Maybe this is something I need to ask Chat GPT.
Wow. He was asking me though, right? Too?
Yes.
Okay. Well, for me now by physical intimacy, you mean like making love, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, yeah. Wow. Me, I think it's also important to find out what is romantic because romance is also sadly marketed to us. And not only is the healthiest romance is marketed to us, but that's something else that capitalism feeds on. Like women and romance and all that other stuff. That's why I make my own romance books because I don't like the books they give us. They're too explicit. And even if they're clean, I've read ones that they aren't like vulgar and explicit, but it's still like really unhealthy. So I just don't want to read that.
So, is there any other thoughts about beauty and capitalism that we want to get in?
Oh, I never finished. Oh, what
Yes,
I
please
thought
finish
I
your
was ready
story.
for basically. I was saying that it's also defined with how romance is defined to us of what we think is romantic. I think sometimes like movies it makes this romantic. I see. Okay, I'll go. There's a lot of things I can say on that, but like flowers, how they say like giving flowers. I don't want flowers. I'd rather cake. I'd rather some pizza. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
would
the food.
you
Yeah.
pay a pizza or cake or
Mhm.
just a box of cake. I'd rather that than flowers and daily. So
Mhm.
flowers, stuff, and all these things they make romantic. And there's this movie that recently came out. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
name the movie. So I don't want to give you too much. It's like you want. I want to talk about this stuff. But I feel like at the same time, when we say the name, it still gives it attention when it shouldn't really get attention. So I'm not gonna really give it attention. So I would give the whole themes of it, which should be
Love
talked about.
Jones.
This, oh no, this is a new movie. It's on Netflix. But basically, it's about a girl who is dating her teacher's assistant. So he's still also her teacher. So he's a teacher too. So I find that
Mr.
disturbing.
Murphy.
Huh?
Mr. Murphy.
Oh no, what's that? That sounds wrong. I don't know what that is,
You
but
with
it's
Jenna
on Netflix.
Ortega? Oh, I hate it.
Oh no, oh no, I did see somebody review that. I don't know these people. Either
That is
way,
uncomfortable. I don't know what's wrong with these movie creators. No offense.
Hollywood, it's a lot of
Holly
also.
weird.
I think that also goes back to capitalism, shock value.
Yeah.
I think they really think, and they really feel when you make a story that's just healthy and people are normal and whole, they find that boring. No one's going to be entertained. I think they think shock value, is what people are going to pay for. It's not, if it's all healthy, that's not complex enough. Like I hear that a lot, it's not complex if it's just everybody's normal, whole people.
Mhm.
But in that movie, I looked at the clips on Netflix. There's a scene of them like kissing in the rain, and for some reason, passionate kissing in the rain is always shown in Hollywood. It's like very romantic. I, I got trapped in the rain like 3 days ago. I did not want to kiss nobody. Okay, I was wet. I wanted to go home. I was so. I didn't kiss.
I like it though.
I
That's the
but,
romantic in me.
but it's
I like even
I want
running
to
in
be
the rain while
dry.
holding hands. Oh my gosh. I love it.
That's the thing.
I
But
love
they
it.
market that. I don't like it at all. I want to be dry. I don't. But what I find romantic and what at least warms my heart, I just think about warmth. I don't really think of like a hot fire. I think they make things very passionate in romance, like you said, like passion and excitement. Me, I like just warmth, like slow warmth. So like a pizza cooking in the oven at a slow heat. That's beautiful. But I like so warmth, and what I like is just kindness and friendship. And to me, that means a lot to me. Somebody like really being there for me and being my friend is just so. I love that more than him thinking about how attractive I am and wants to do all these weird things. But I like that a lot better.
Me, I the only thing that I think of when it when it comes to romance without any like sexual activity is like affection, like hugs, cuddles,
All
just
that
like snuggles. I love that stuff.
hand holding,
Yeah, just
hand
like that
kissing,
form of affection. Yeah. You
like
know what? I
doing
think
things for each
another
other. It's just
cute
so
little
kind.
thing. That would be another cute little thing that we could do for like a live or something. Like how to be romantic without um
Thank you, freak them.
without like any freaky stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said. Basically, how to romantic without being very freaky.
Yeah, and
But
without
there's people, there are men that I know of that will not at times date a woman if she's like waiting for certain things. Like I'm waiting for marriage. I'm waiting to kiss at a,
I'm
they
not
will not.
I'm gonna be honest. For anybody who's like watching any like growing up and stuff, I mean, thinking about physical intimacy, it's a natural thing. Like it happens. It happens to everyone. Somebody done did it in their lifetime. So if you're hearing us, we don't want you guys to feel bad, but we just like, me, like I'm gonna be, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so honest here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Um I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be a little honest. Growing up,
If you
I
said it,
used to think a lot about it, too much about it. And it
mm-hmm.
could be from the trauma that I've experienced, because that can happen when you experience such trauma as a young age. Um it can you know it can wire your brain, and it caused me to think very heavily about about things that I shouldn't really have been thinking about. Um, well, I can't say that not think about it because it's. I mean, but I was too young. You know what I'm saying? At that age, like it
Mm-hmm.
happens, but it definitely happens at a certain age, like when you get like around middle school, preteen type age. But because of the trauma that I experienced, it happened earlier, and you know sometimes I catch myself thinking that physical intimacy, even though like it's a form of expressing your love to your loved one, it's not like it's only for somebody that genuinely loves you, because when God created us, like it was meant for us being physically intimate was meant to be for people like that we shared a covenant with, like marriage, who we are like genuinely wanting to be with, who genuinely respects us, we respect them, love them, each other, vice versa. Like people who genuinely love each other and respect each other and are just genuine to one another and genuinely love one another, that's a gift that God meant for those type of people to experience with. Like that's a way to, you know, I guess because like again with romance no romance content and things that I've experienced caused me to just only think of that aspect of love. Like I always used to think that was just like the only way you could show that you love somebody. When
Yeah.
to realize that it's
Conditioning
one of the ways when
really
you
is
after you build
conditioning.
that relationship and that healthy
Mhm.
relationship and you know what I'm saying with someone, you know. So yeah, I guess I hope that makes sense. I feel like I was all over the place, but yeah, I struggled with that a lot, you know. So I feel like what would help me overcome with struggling with those type of things is definitely remembering that there are other things that you could do besides that to show that you love somebody while having that spark and passion. Because I mean, again, like how you see in a lot of romance content, that in the movies and stuff, like physical intimacy is like the boom bam, like you know, like the sparks and the passion and things like that, and it's not really ever anything else that makes sense. Else, just one last question. How do you think people cannot fall victim into capitalism?
Ah, self-love.
Self love? But what if they have bills and things that they have to take care of?
What do you gotta take care of? What is it? What are we talking about? Like the eyebrows?
No, people like not even like in the beauty aspect of it, like just overall, like rent, bills, you know, things like that, like lifestyle, like basic stuff, like not even talk about things that you want, more like things you need.
Self-love. I think self-love. Well, for me, self-love always makes me realize things. Like, oh, I mean, one of the things I can say. We have like, Brillo pads,
Brillo pads?
Brillo pads for cleaning. Like it's like blue. It's like a Brillo pad. It's like for cleaning stuff.
Mhm.
Like I buy that every month to clean dishes that get really sticky, the pans. And then as I've gotten deeper into self love, it helped me to realize just so much clutter and stuff I don't need. So now I got reusable pads. So I don't have to keep buying it every month. But it's like self love to help me to think minimalistically, which is helping me with capitalism. That's how everything stems for me, really. It just starts in self love and then everything just trickle down and then it just goes into my pocket. But just just it's so important to know, do you really want to do certain things? Why do you buy certain things? And how can you make things easier for you? Like, why am I buying Brilla pads every month when I could just get reusable and just wash them? Like,
Yeah.
literally, that's it. Because it's not like a sponge. Like, we could use a sponge for some of these grease stains, like on pans and stuff. We need like a Brillo pad, which is much rougher. But we just bought one that is really rough and you just rewash it. And there's other things. There's something like when a woman gets her period, you get pads or tampons. I did not know there was such thing as period pads that are like cotton and reusable, like you just wash them, and then period underwear. I never heard of that before. I didn't know that was a thing. Did you know
Yeah.
that? I didn't know those things. So I'm buying pads every month. I decided just to get period underwear and
Yeah. Mhm.
I just realized, why am I buying certain things when I could save money? I can make
Yeah.
things easier for me.
Yeah.
They also came from self love and minimalism. But I just think it's important to think, why are you buying stuff? Everything doesn't have to be disposable. In
Yeah.
America, there's so much disposable. Reusable actually helps the planet more and helps with money.
Yeah.
So I
Very
think it's so important to look into reusable. Can you find a reusable alternative for the stuff you buy monthly? And if you can't find a reusable alternative, do you need it? And then just cut it out. Either one. Find a reusable or cut it out. If you really, really need it, you can't find either, then of course you got to keep it. But if you can find reusable for it, or you can just realize, what, I don't actually really want this. That would help a lot. I've done that with like 12 things so far. I've either gotten reusables or I just cut it out and said it's not needed.
So, what do you think about when it comes to food? Because food has gotten very expensive today's time.
Ooh, I love food. Ah, food. What am I doing? Well, I am trying to eat healthier, but I'm not trying to cut out my food. I love
Hmm.
my food. That's my thing. I am trying to eat healthier, which could be difficult. Because at times they do price things that are sugary and sweeter and easier and fattier or just unhealthier. That's not a word. But they do price it higher than things that could be healthy, which could be difficult. But I do buy my bags of apples. I do try to get alternatives instead of getting like I would get chocolate Entenmann's donuts. So my alternative is dark chocolate, no sugar added chocolate bars. But it does cost more. So certain things you gotta like cut out a little bit
Hmm. Yeah, you're right.
healthier. I'm not getting rid of my pizza or my other food. I like my burgers. I like my fries. But I drink more water and I eat less sugary stuff.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we could go ahead and wrap it up for part one of this talk. I know we
Yeah,
talked, well, I think that romance
we
and
went over
content
that.
does have something to do with
No,
capital.
romance and capitalism is a big thing.
Yeah.
Huge. It's a you know how much money these people get on these books and movies and Wattpad and Netflix. But sadly, I don't mind romance being a big thing, but they sell us like garbage. Sell me something healthy, please. Like,
Yeah.
but I guess if they sold us healthy, it wouldn't sell as much. I guess people would just be healthier.
Because unfortunately, people like it. Like, I mean, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, sometimes I get excitement from it. I'm not even going to lie. It's true. I do. I would sit here and fake it, but I'm not going to fake it. I can't.
I can't.
Hey, sometimes I find the excitement in it. Oh my gosh, why did you do? Oh, it's the shock value. It's the adrenaline rush. It's all of those things. So
Hmm. That's
I just
right.
remember that this is not real life. It's everybody's acting at the end of the day. Yeah, I need to learn to detach myself and like things like that. So that's all.
Mhm.
But until next time, that was our first part of Beauty and Capitalism, guys. And hopefully we can hit you guys up to the next part of this conversation. It was a really good conversation. I really enjoyed this conversation. It was really good.
Capitalism.
I'm Naraya,
I can't.
and we are the Brilliant Black Beauties. See you guys until next time. Bye.
Shining bright for the whole world to see. Natural crowns, big dreams, glowing energy. Yeah. Brilliant black beauties, come shine with me. Oh yeah. Brown skin, glowing naturally. Yeah. Strong minds, warm hearts, beautiful energy. Brilliant black beauties, that's who we